Is it possible to cook a steak by drumming on it? I know we've all thought about it, but today I'm actually going to find out. The plan is to tape a steak to my kick drum and repeatedly pound on it with my double pedals in hopes that I can generate enough friction to actually cook it. In theory, it should work, but there's definitely going to be a few problems. It's quite possible that my beaters are just going to destroy the steak. And even if not, I can't see it holding enough heat to keep the temperature rising. That's why I custom built this fiberglass insulated steak holster. Let me do one. It's going to make sure that the steak doesn't spread out and then essentially tear. And it's also going to make sure that any heat I can drum in there will stay in there. It's not just going to dissipate through into the kick drum. So with my meat-bearing equipment ready for action, all that's left to do is prepare the steak and we can begin the experiment. We're using a wireless thermometer for this experiment because although we do want to eat the steak, we don't want to get sick. This device sends real-time updates to my phone, monitoring the internal temperature of the steak, which according to this app needs to reach 52 degrees Celsius to be considered officially cooked, making that our target for the night.
I think that feels durable.
Order! We're about to start the experiment. The steak is in its holster, ready to go, and I've decided to set the click at 130 BPM. As far as I'm aware, I might be here for an hour, maybe 2, maybe 3. I wanted to choose a tempo that's moderate enough to be able to maintain for a long time. So the time is 1:44 in the morning. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Let's do this shit. 3, 2, 1. Oh! And there you have it. A grown-ass man playing drums on a steak at 2 a.m. We're kicking the experiment off with the steak at room temperature, which on the day was about 22 degrees Celsius, meaning we have to climb a whole 30 degrees to hit temp. Want to get that cooking ASMR. I hope that sounded good.
It sounds like diarrhea.
We were having such a good time, I didn't even think to check the temperature for quite a while. So when I did finally pull my phone up, I was surprised to see how well it was working.
Boys, we're at 28 degrees.
I then found myself staring at my phone, getting excited over every single degree.
29 degrees! 30 degrees! 31. We're at 32 degrees.
Although the temperature was rising, we noticed that the steak was starting to sag. And despite our best efforts to fix this, we quickly learned that it was too difficult to do whilst I was playing.
It's getting past the beaters that's the issue. Yeah.
So we decided to do the world's fastest pit stop and hope that we don't lose any heat.
1, 2, 3, 4, go! We have definitely squashed it massively. It's super squishy and bulgy at the bottom. So we're flipping the steak, we're re-plumping it, and then we're going to get back to it.
Re-plumping it.
So after a quick fluff, we were back to the pounding. Only this time, way more bored.
I've resorted to playing Connect 4 with jibs.
I've now played over 24,000 kick drums over the last 45 minutes and somehow got the steak to an incredible 40 degrees Celsius. So with the finish line in sight, it's time to start on the sides.
I'm going to play a bit softer so you can hear me, but I'm going to be making some rosemary, salt and butter potatoes with some tender stem broccoli, and I'm going to get going on them now.
With the full meal shaping up nicely, we decided to take a step back and really appreciate what was going on here.
That's the best sounding steak I ever heard.
It doesn't sound bad.
It does. It sounds great. He said.
It actually doesn't sound bad.
So we're a little over an hour into the experiment now, and I don't know if I'm going crazy or if it actually does sound good, but I'm starting to think it sounds good. With this realization, I decided to set up some mics to take samples of the kit. And lucky for me, my friends are on hand to make this a smooth setup. Tom jumped on the steak and kept it moving. Jibs helped me with some drums and cymbals, and Joel just did whatever that is.
Let's get started.
I've got no steak. No steak in the front wedge.
So after a quick sound check and a valiant effort from Tom, it was time for me to get back on the kit and play some tracks.
Ready? so weird, I can't hear anything from the kick.
No shit.
Although we did have a lot of fun playing some songs and taking these samples, which by the way you can get for free on my website, it didn't help us increase the temperature.
It seems to have plateaued at 44. It doesn't want to get any hotter than 44.
So despite the fact that I've played over 40,000 kick drums in the last 90 minutes, I've decided to increase the power and the tempo up to 150 BPM.
We've just hit 46. I've got the sides done. They look fantastic. This is supposed to be Jibbs' dinner. Hopefully I can get this done now. This is the home stretch. We got this, come on.
The increased tempo and power levels seem to have got the temperature back on the rise, but as a result, my shins are absolutely on fire. Thankfully, Joel stepped up and took over, as it's crucial the drumming doesn't stop now.
Yeah, Joel, come on, baby. We're at 50. We're at 50.
So after my quick break and another tempo increase up to 170 BPM, I jump back on the kit to hopefully cross the finish line.
Oh my god, 53? Holy shit, it's actually really hot. Yo, feel that.
We've got a...
So after approximately 55,000 kick drums in a little under 2 hours, we were able to officially cook this steak by getting it to 53 degrees Celsius, which is 1 whole degree hotter than our original target.
I can't get it out.
Yeah,
I know about that.
that looks good, man.
You know what? It's more of a colour than I thought it'd have.
So after an incredible win, the only thing left to do now was get this out to the restaurant so Jibbs can finally enjoy his dinner.
Here you go, mate. Thin bit's the best bit for sure.
None of it's good.
Have a potato.
To be fair, I didn't salt it. That's probably it.
It's salty.
If you guys saw my last video where I play the world's first double pedal, then you might remember this piece. I promised you guys that if the video reached 10,000 likes, then I'd turn it into a full song. And I just want to let you know, I've not forgotten. The song's taken me a little while to write, but I am working on it and it will be out soon. I also want to give a massive shout out to the Bracebridge, who stayed open all through the night just so we could shoot today's video. These guys are open 7 days a week, serving some of the most incredible food with some incredible views. If you're local to Birmingham, then I cannot recommend this place enough. And if you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. My next video is even more ridiculous than this one, so you're not going to want to miss it. Either way, thanks for watching, guys. Peace and love.